Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And it's still the same day. It's still Saturday. It's still March 28th, I guess it was. Anyway, I'm doing a part two. It's going to be a very short part two, just because I forgot a couple of things. Number one is, you wanted to see the chickens. There's Brewster the rooster. He dug a big hole over there earlier and took a bath in it. And he's got all the dirt up against the wall. And there's Nelly down there eating some greens. I just threw a couple of handful of greens that I just picked out here. And she likes those greens. And Brewster does too, but Nelly seems to be the boss. And she says, I eat first. You wait, you'll get it later. So anyway, there's the chickens. They're doing just fine. And I know some of you like to see the chickens on a occasion. And the reason that I did show you those is I want you to know. I did forget, I'm smoking a chicken in the Weber over here. And boy, I'll tell you what, they should make them in filter, because the non-filter ones are hard to smoke. Anyway, yeah, and I wanted to show you that, but I wanted you to know, so nobody have to ask. It's not one of mine. No, this is a store-bought one that I bought when all the meats were gone off the shelves, and the only thing that was there was 2 of these chickens, and I got 1, and they had a limit on 1 per person, so that's all I could get. So anyway, I'm going to show you what a smoked chicken looks like. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Yep. It's slow roasting, and I did it with the charcoals go around in a half moon there. And I got the smoker wood is underneath the charcoals. So it just keeps on cooking, and it keeps a steady temperature in there of around 250 to 275 degrees. And it slow cooks it for, normally it's like 3.5 to 4 hours. So this will be ready for dinner when dinner comes up. And I wish you could smell it right now. It makes you want to reach in there and try to pluck a piece off. But gotta wait until the juices run clear, right? All right, so I wanted to make sure I got that covered. And the other thing that I did do today was I got my seeds started. And we can head inside and take a quick look at those. And I also got my metal detector out here, and I went up the stream bed, and I put some markers up there that I've got to go back with my my digging equipment and a bucket and dig some stuff up, because I got 3 or 4 good hits up about halfway to my boundary marker. Looks like some really torrential rains had come down that stream bed, and on the inside curves of them I was getting some hits. So I want to go back and check it, because the batteries have been sitting in this thing for a while, and I was getting a couple of false readings. So I came back to check the batteries, and yeah, they were down just around 8 volts. I pulled them out and put 2 brand new alkalines in there, and they're like 9.6 volts each. So that'll give me better readings, and I'll go back out there with my digging equipment and I'll rescan for it. So anyway, that's my Fisher brand unit. And over here, I got some sweet corn started. 328, that was today. I got 2 containers of them here, and I've got about 30 seeds in each one. I probably won't be using all of them, but some of them aren't going to sprout like normal. So, all right, I got some more bell peppers in this one. You can see the seeds down there in the paper towel, and that's how you set these things up. And this is not sealed; it's just sitting there resting like that. Same thing with the Hearts of Gold cantaloupe. The cover is not pressed down; it's just basically sitting on top of there. And over here I did the bush beans and the kitchen king beans. And they are in the egg carton. That's a new experiment I'm trying to see how that works out. I think that egg carton will hold moisture for a long period of time. And if the beans sprout and the roots start trying to dig their way through the egg carton, I can just cut the egg carton pieces out and plant the whole egg carton. It should break down in the soil. So, free compost, right? And tomatoes are looking really good. Everything's doing great over here. These orange trees are really looking healthy. So pretty soon I'll be having to break those apart and put them into some bigger pots. And I'm going to grow those indoors for about a year. And I was just looking at the Harbor Freight greenhouse, the 8x10 greenhouse with the 9-foot high ceiling on it with 4 vents and the special solar protected poly panels and all of that stuff. And they got that thing down in price. It's like $500 or something like that. So I might have to go look into one of those things and pay for it on time. But I'll get it set up right out there and just past the my fake cactus and see how that works out. So, okay, let's see. What else did I do? Okay. Well, I got a sourdough starter going in the jar there. So, I'll feed it tomorrow and then feed it the next day and feed it the next day. And after about a week, it should be fermented and be ready to start using. And then they say throw away half of it. I never do. I pull out half of it and I put it into another jar and I feed 2 of them. And I got plenty. And then if it comes to the point where it is fermented and it's time to take half of it out, well, I just use that to make a loaf of bread. So, all right. That's all there is for me today, everybody. I'm going to cut this one off and say thank you for joining me on part 2. G Bear signing off.